What is up guys, welcome back to another video. As you guys already know, the Steam winter sale is already going on and about to end on the 3rd of January. So while we still have some time, in this video I'm going to go through my recommendation for the best game deals available right now on the Steam winter sale. And this is going to be the follow-up or the part 2 of this video. So if you haven't watched my previous video regarding the Steam winter sale, go ahead and do that. There are tons of awesome games and recommendation in that video. Alright guys, before moving on, as you guys know, Steam has the regional price system for different regions. So all of the prices in this video are based on my regional prices. So the prices of some of these games could change depending on your region. Anyway guys, with that out of the way, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, starting the video with some of the best game deals under $5 price point. Alright, starting with the extremely popular single player FPS game, and that is the Doom. And this is actually the version that was released back in 2016. Anyway guys, if you haven't already played this game, it's definitely a great time to pick it up. Currently the game is 75% off and just goes for $4.99. And talking about single player games, we have another great single player game, that is The Witcher 2 The Assassin of Kings, the Enhanced Edition. It's a pretty old game at this point, but it has an extremely good story alongside great cinematics and gameplay. Currently the game is 85% off and just goes for $2.99. Next up we have a pretty unique horror adventure type of single player game, and that is The Little Nightmares. If I can remember correctly, in some point of last year it was given completely free on Steam, but somehow if you missed that chance, currently the game is 75% off and just goes for $4.99. Next up we have one of my personal favorite single player games, and that is The Rise of the Tomb Raider. If you're looking for a great single player story with non-stop action and adventure, this is the game you should definitely try out. But remember, if you're someone who claiming free games on Epic Games Store, this game was given free on Epic Games Store some point of time. So before buying this game, make sure to check out your Epic Games library. You might have the game already. Simulation games are definitely not my cup of tea, but if you are someone who likes simulation game, currently the American Truck Simulator is 75% off and just goes for $2.99. Alright, now let's talk about some of the great multiplayer games that are under $5. Starting with Dead by Daylight, which is a 1v4 multiplayer horror survival type of a game, and currently the game is 65% off and just goes for $3.49. If you're someone who likes strategy based multiplayer games, you should definitely try out the Civilization 6. Currently the game is 90% off and just goes for $4.49. If you like racing games, drifting in particular, with stunning visuals and realistic game physics, CarX Drift Racing Online is something you should definitely pick up for just $2.86. Next up we have a great third-person multiplayer shooter, that is the Risk of Rain 2. Currently the game is 50% off and just goes for $4.24. And finally, if you're looking for some great open world survival crafting type of a game to play, especially if you have some friends to play with, try out The Forest. Is one of the best out there. But if you try to play this game on solo, I honestly don't recommend it. But anyway, currently the game is 77% off and just goes for $1.88. That is a pretty good deal. Alright, moving on, we have the best game deals under $10. Starting with a super popular multiplayer fighting game, that is the Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat games always have a special place in my heart, and it's one of my favorite game franchises of all time. Anyway, currently the game is 80% off and just goes for $9.99. It's definitely worth picking it up. Next up, we have a popular open world survival craft type of a game, and that is the Valheim. It became a super popular game back in the early 2021, but I honestly haven't had the chance to play this game yet, but I know a bunch of my friends playing this game, and overall reviews of this game are also extremely good. Anyway, the game is currently 30% off and just goes for $5.73. Next up, we have one of the most underrated open world monster hiding survival type of a game, and that is the Hunt Showdown. This game is built upon the popular Crytek engine, so the visuals are absolutely stunning. You can definitely play this game as a solo, but I highly recommend you guys to try this game with some of your friends on board. That way it's going to be a much more enjoyable experience. But anyway, currently the game is 60% off and just goes for $8.76. Next up we have the Doom Eternal, the latest version of Doom. And if you like single player fast-paced action-packed first-person shooter, this is something you should definitely pick up this year. And currently the game is 75% off and just goes for $6.24. If you're looking for a great single player game that is based on stealth and realistic sniping, look no further than the Sniper Ghost Warrior Contract 2. Currently the game is 63% off and just goes for $7.39. If If you're looking for an open world crafting / base building type of game, the game Satisfactory is a great choice. Currently the game is 40% off and just goes for $6.59. Alright guys, let's say if you are a very experienced player when it comes to first person shooter games and looking for a great challenging co-op experience, and there is a game that you should definitely pick it up, and that is the GTA 4. It is definitely a pretty challenging first person shooter experience, and you absolutely need to have a great team of players who can communicate with each other to play and win this game. Currently the game is 30% off and just goes for $9.09. If you're looking for an action-packed zombie survival game with a great story, try out the Dying Light. It's a pretty old game at this point. You might play this game already, but somehow if you missed this game over the years, it's definitely a great time to pick it up. Currently the game is 70% off and just goes for $5.99. Another great action RPG that is going on sale right now is the Borderlands 3, and if I remember, this game was given free on Epic Games Store as well, so be sure to check it out as well. And currently the game is 85% off and just goes for $6.74. Next up we have one of my personal favorite open world survival game, that is the Stranded Deep. This game is also given free on Epic Games Store, and I kinda played like about 20 hours of this game, but if you decide to pick it up, I'd recommend you guys to pick it up on Steam because you have the access to the Steam Workshop, and that is going to be definitely a game changer. Anyway, currently the game is 33% off and just goes for $6.02. Alright guys, finally we got the best game deals under $25 price point, and starting the list with a pretty awesome single player game that just released a couple of weeks ago, and that is the High on Life. It's a single player action adventure first person type of a game with a very unique graphic style and a pretty interesting story. The game is currently not on sale, but you can still pick up the game under $20, which is pretty cool. Next up we have hands down the best arcade racing experience that you can have on PC, and that is the Forza Horizon 5. The game has stunning visuals and plus tons of cars to collect, and the game is currently 35% off, just goes for $21.30. If you are a fan of hardcore tactical military first person shooter style games, Ready or Not is a game that you should definitely try it out. It recently got a lot of positive reviews and also quite underrated in my opinion. Currently the game is 25% off and just goes for $18.74. If you're looking for a great co-op game to play with a friend, especially allow you to play with a split screen like the old days, It Takes Two is one of the best games out there that you should pick up. Currently the game is 60% off and just goes for $15.99. Next up we have one of the best zombie survival open world multiplayer type of game, and that is the DayZ. You don't find this game regularly on sales, but right now the game is 50% off and just goes for $22.49. Next up we have another hardcore tactical military first person shooter, that is the Squad. It's one of the best realistic first person shooter games out there, but tactical shooters are definitely not for everyone, so keep that in mind as well. The game is currently 30% off, just goes for $11.20. If you are a fan of Formula 1 games, F1 2020 is currently 60% off on Steam and goes for just $23.99. And also another great game is the Anno 1800, one of the best strategy based city building simulation type of game out there. Currently 67% off and just goes for $14.52. Another great single player game that you can pick up is the Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Currently the game is 75% off and just goes for $10.99. And talking about single player games, finally we have another great single player game, that is the Control the Ultimate Edition. This game was also given free on Epic Games Store some times ago, so be sure to check it out before you decide to make the purchase. Currently the game is 70% off, just goes for $11.99. Well, that's pretty much wrap up the video guys. I hope you guys find some great game deals on this winter sale, and let me know down below what games are you going to pick it up. Anyway, if you haven't watched my previous video regarding Steam winter sale, go ahead and do that as well. So I see you guys in my next video. Stay safe.